More than 95% of illnesses in this world are karmic in nature. In other words, illness is actually caused by karma. The karma generated by the bad deeds people have committed in the past leads to illness or suffering. To truly cure an illness, one must eliminate this karma. Human life truly originates in the vastness of the universe, for the universe contains countless substances capable of creating life, and through their mutual interaction, these substances can give rise to life. Human life originated in the cosmos. As more life forms emerged, some developed selfishness, which gradually lowered their spiritual level. Unable to remain in that realm, they fell downward. In the next realm, they continued to deteriorate, and eventually descended to the human level. Life forms in the human realm cannot perceive life forms in other realms. It is as if they have fallen into a state of delusion. To overcome illness and hardship, one must cultivate oneself and return to one's original, true nature. For a person to return to their original, true nature, to return to the very origin of life, this is the true purpose of being human. Everything in this world is interconnected by cause and effect. The human body should not be subject to illness. Illness represents an incorrect state, because the vast majority of illnesses are caused by karmic forces. A true practitioner will not fall ill, provided one practices well. When a person is born, within a specific dimension, the form of their entire life's existence is already determined. Wherever their life has reached, and whatever they are meant to do, it is all laid out there. Who arranges their life? It is higher-level beings who are doing this. The root cause of illness and misfortune is karma. Wherever a person develops a tumor, inflammation, or bone spurs, in another dimension, a spirit entity lies in that exact location. In a very deep dimension, there is a spirit entity that ordinary masters cannot see. They can only perceive dark energy emanating from the body. Wherever there is dark energy, there is illness. The dark energy itself is not the cause of the illness, rather, in a deeper dimension, there is a spirit entity emitting this field. Once you remove that entity, that is, once you remove the spirit entity, the physical illness will be cured. When you were born, a version of you was simultaneously born in many dimensions of the universe. You and these versions form a complete unity, interconnected and sharing a mutual, interdependent relationship in thought. Within yourself, there exists a primary soul, a secondary soul, and various other life forms. Every cell and organ embodies your essence and energy, representing your form of existence in other dimensions. Our lives in three-dimensional space originate from the projection of our higher dimensional souls. From the moment we are born, the trajectory of our lives in this three-dimensional space is predetermined. When we meet whom, when we experience what events, and when we contract what illnesses, all of this is predestined. Every level of existence extends beyond the third dimension. There are higher dimensions as well, creating this multi-layered state of being. Birth is your soul, true self, projecting itself from the source of projection into this three-dimensional space. The very first state of life emerges from higher dimensions, but we are not connected to our inner source of projection, which creates the illusion of birth and death. There exists a field surrounding the human body, known as virtue. Virtue is a white substance that forms a field around the body. There is also a black substance called karma, and these two substances coexist in the field surrounding the human body, enveloping the physical form. It is somewhat like clothing wrapping the physical body. Virtue is gained through enduring hardships and doing good deeds, while the black substance, also known as karma, is acquired by committing evil acts and mistreating others. When people are solely motivated by profit and commit every conceivable evil, they deplete their virtue. When a person insults another, they feel they have gained an advantage and vented their anger. Because energy must be balanced, what you gain on one side, you must lose on the other, though not in this material world, but in another dimension, you must lose something to restore energy equilibrium. When they bully others, they transfer their blessings and virtue to the other party, compensating the one who has been wronged. The bully, in turn, has their positive energy from another dimension offset by your negative energy. Virtue is a form of matter that exists in another dimension. It does not exist in our material world and is not bound by the temporal constraints of our space. Karma and the various states of the human mind are interdependent. When one commits wrongdoings for personal gain, one accumulates karma. To eliminate this negative karma, one must first transform one's heart. Doing good deeds yields virtue, while doing evil deeds yields karma. The karma a person accumulates is not limited to a single lifetime, it spans lifetimes, following your soul wherever it goes. There is a saying, nothing can be taken with you, only a karma follows you through life. The wealth and possessions you acquire in the material world cannot be taken with you. The only things you can take with you are your blessings, virtue, and karma. Virtue refers to the merit accumulated through good deeds and the karma incurred through bad deeds. These are things you carry with you, following you through life after life. In another realm, these continue to accumulate, and ancestors within a family can also accumulate merit for their descendants to enjoy. Usually, the souls of ancestors return to be reborn as their own descendants. When people live their lives competing for personal gain, they inevitably commit many wrongdoings and accumulate a great deal of debt. Life is a cycle of karmic retribution. What you owe others, they will come to collect from you, and if they take more than they are owed, they will repay you in the next life. If a son fails to honor his parents, the roles will reverse in the next life. It goes round and round like this. You may think you're highly capable, yet if it's not in your destiny, you'll achieve nothing. Conversely, someone who seems incapable may be destined for greatness and rise to become a manager, soaring to the top. Whatever you do in life, the higher powers do not arrange your path based on your abilities or skills. Instead, they arrange your life according to your karma and merit. Whether you succeed or not is actually determined by many factors. Why do some people go unrecognized despite their talent? Because their merit is insufficient. Talent alone is useless. There are far too many hidden geniuses in this world. No matter how great your abilities may be, if you lack virtue and merit, you may end up with nothing in this life. Others may seem very ordinary to you, with little ability, yet their ancestors possessed great virtue of immense magnitude. Perhaps a great figure or sage emerged from their lineage, so their virtue is exceptionally profound. Consequently, they easily enjoy a life of luxury and prosperity. Finding a job comes effortlessly, and earning money is equally straightforward, with few setbacks. Passing the civil service exam is a breeze, and they're assigned to positions that pay well, involve little work, and are close to home. It's like the kind of a lucrative position others envy, because his good fortune is so great. What is meant for you won't be lost, and what isn't meant for you, you won't be able to obtain. If you have abundant virtue, that quality that manifests externally, in your next life, you will be reborn into a wealthy or privileged family. Or even if you are reborn into a middle-class family, your career will be smooth sailing, and you will earn money with ease. In this world, you can easily attain wealth and prestige through your hard work, and you might think it's all due to your efforts. But in reality, hard work doesn't guarantee success, it's merely one factor among many. You must possess virtue and good fortune. Only when you have ample virtue, combined with effort, can you achieve success. If you lack virtue and merit, no matter how hard you try, it will be difficult to succeed or become wealthy, because effort is merely one factor, it is not the primary cause. All worldly glory and wealth are exchanged for virtue and merit. The human soul is immortal. When a person dies, how could the atomic nuclei within the body simply cease to exist? When a person dies, it is merely the molecular composition of this dimension that is shed, the body in the other dimension remains intact. When viewed under a microscope, the human body is in constant motion. Even when you sit still, your entire body is in motion, molecules and cells are moving, and the body is loose, like sand. At the moment of a person's birth, in a realm beyond the concept of time, the entirety of one's life already exists simultaneously. Life itself is not the ultimate goal, it is meant for you to cultivate, to return to your true nature, and to go back to the place where you were first created. That's all for my sharing today. I'm Fang Lin. Thank you for watching my video. See you next time.